to be giving you an overview of the full stack SD or software developer program, the Handsonlabs Software Academy initiative. Table of contents that we have for the PHP SQL object-oriented course is as follows. Firstly, we have setting up your full stack software developer environment. Secondly, we have introduction, getting started. Then we have PHP HTML syntax foundational concepts. Then we advance to the program structures, the arrays, iterations, and conditionals. Then, of course, to MySQL database administrations, where we look at the basic syntaxes of insert, select, update, and delete SQL data manipulation languages, respectively. Then we finally advance to the coding practices, the advanced coding practices, where we have the object-oriented programming, the Laravel, the sessions, the cookies, the CSS, front-end animations, and so much more. Now, following this, I want to just use this opportunity to show you how to become a full-stack software developer. Right? The table below shows how you can climb the ladder of full-stack software development and upskill yourself for greater returns in investment in local and international labor markets, respectively. Now, firstly, we have in the role PHP SQL program structures. This covers the fundamentals, intermediate, and advanced back and front ends. Then, following this, we have objects and classes in PHP SQL. This stage lays the firm foundation for advanced software programming practices. Then we'll be looking at the PHP frameworks. The frameworks it actually succeeds the objects and classes in PHP SQL, because once you have the basic fundamentals of classes and objects, there's always similarity between these languages. Where you're talking about Python, or you're talking about Java or C++ or Kotlin or whatever language, or React Native or whatever languages of your choice, these classes and objects are similar, in design, logically. So we have PHP frameworks that we'll be looking at: the Laravel, the CodeIgniter, the model view applications. Okay, this particular role and timing will be harnessing the power of applying practical applications of objects, classes, and methods. Then building e-commerce industrial software applications. With the three steps taken so far, we'll now use this knowledge gained so far to build industry standard management systems that require, that contain a lot of modules that are modular in design. All right. Then afterwards, you can now advance to Python, React Native, Java, Kotlin, TypeScript, and whatever language that you want to know and harness. All right. Now, you need to know that besides all these things, aforementioned points, you will need to, use the objects and classes that you've learned in PHP SQL to develop skill sets and use it as a pathway to other languages, mastering other languages, coding languages. And at this point, I can just only describe it as let's conceive it as this: you are like traveling to Lagos, and you can access Lagos from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west, from almost all the 4 cardinal points, all right, in location. So if you want to learn a programming, or if you want to actually master the art of software engineering in whatever language, all right, you could as well use PHP SQL objects and classes as a pathway to these languages. So that's just how it works. All right. Now, then we'll now talk about the multi-proficiency and competence. Once you get to this stage, you will now become proficient to handle front and back end jobs and increase your market value. All right, now here let's look at how this software developer skill connects to other languages. Right at the center, I have written drawn PHP SQL object-oriented programming. That's OOP. MVC, that's model view controllers. Mind you, React Native too has its model view controllers. Most of these languages at some stage of when you begin to design objects and classes, you begin to learn how to make your classes into modules. These modules become the models. The views become the instances, the controllers. The controllers, it's more like will I call it a middleman that actually does the logic transfer of variables and the constants and whatsoever and all that in between. And the model itself, which is the model, is made up of a lot of classes for doing different tasks with methods and all that. All right, now mastering this center, okay, actively links you up to React Native, which uses component stateful or stateless class for cross-platform web and mobile apps. Then you have Java, of course, not far off, which of course contains a lot of importable variable and constants creation for native and web applications. And not far away from that, you also have Python, which is a high-level language for artificial intelligence applications, machine learning, data analysis, computer vision, and so on and so forth. And also not far from that, you have the C#, the .NET applications framework, C++, system libraries for embedded systems and operating systems, respectively. All right, so here you can see a sort of, I just arranged these codes together for you to have an overview of how the logics of these programming languages works. At the topmost, at the left topmost, you have the C#, an algorithm in C# that uses some declarations there, string and the numerical declarations. Then you also have a loop there. You see the loop has within itself some sort of prompts that initializes and then sets some boolean and does a set of sequences within it with the conditional. All right, now going to the right hand side there you see Java, the package, then the class called while loop demo. All right, the purpose of this simple program in Java is just to using while, just like it is in the left, the C#. You see while again, this is saying while true. All right, so these are the points I want you to, the similarities I want to see between these two. Now going down in the left lower section, you can see Python. You're using for loop, all right, for I in range n. All right, so this is a loop that is capturing a certain sequence, okay, a certain command I in range n, and n must is declared as an array. All right, this is an open array. Okay, so an open array that is actually determined by the user. All right, you can see they enter the number of elements 3. Numbers itself is an open array that is dynamic. All right, arrays that don't have members like that are always dynamic. All right, so when the user presses 3, so the range is n, the range of the numbers is n. So whatever this loop carries out is determined by what the user inputs. Now going to PHP, you can see that x is initialized as 1. Then you have while x is less than equals to 5. So the limit of x, or the initial value of x, is 1, and while the while condition brackets the limit, the x, as less than or equals to 5. So the counter starts from 1 and ends at 5. Then another thing I want you to see there is that the x you're seeing there plus initializes at 1, so it's the next loop that takes place there adds 1. So you have 1 plus 1, 2. That's the first. Then the second one will be 2 plus 1, which is 3. So the next sequence will be plus 1 again until it gets to 5, and then everything truncates and an output is given there. I've left the while loop. So in these 4 simple languages, now you can see how the while loop or a loop is used. Okay, like for the PHP, the Java, and the C# respectively. You see how they use while there. There's always a round bracket that actually bonds a logic sense, okay, logical sense. All right, so these are things that you need to understand. So you're coming for full stack software developer program with Handsonlabs Software Academy, learning PHP SQL. You see it as a pathway to learning the logic of all these languages. All right, and being a master in all. All right, now let's look at the key opportunities for full stack software developer, local and international. Firstly, you have the machine learning engineer. Now, as artificial intelligence, AI, okay, expert, it is now becoming very, very common. We're talking about the ChatGPT, all right, which is a large language model for actually responding to inputs from the user regarding varying topics, the wide range of topics, from education to economics to finance to this to that. A lot of developers right now are using this chat GPT to develop new innovations and all that. So as a machine learning engineer, okay, you will be responsible for developing algorithms and models, expertise in creating intelligent systems that can learn and adapt. Now, secondly, you have solutions architect. This is another opportunity for you as a full stack software developer. You can, with your skill, architect and play a crucial role in designing and implementing technology solutions. Now, thirdly, you have the cloud solutions architect. You will be instrumental in designing and implementing cloud-based solutions, Amazon, Azure, Google Cloud, so on and so forth. All right, so the next one is the DevOps engineer. You can see as a DevOps engineer, you will be you play an essential role for streamlining and developing processes and enhancing collaboration between development and operations teams. All right. The next one is the data scientist. Another opportunity for you as a full stack software developer. You'll be extracting meaningful insights from vast data sets, analyzing complex data sets, and developing predictive models, respectively. Now, the next one is the cybersecurity manager. You'll be responsible for safeguarding an organizational digital assets. In these days where cybersecurity is paramount. So, as a full stack software developer, you can actually vie into this section too and be a specialist cybersecurity manager. All right, and these kinds of professionals actually command high salaries. Okay, so the next now opportunity I want to talk about is the IT project manager. Okay, you can, with your full stack developer skill, you can become an IT project manager, okay, with responsibilities ranging from planning and budgeting to team coordination and having the ability to deliver projects on time and within scope. All right, so let's now go to the another opportunity. You have a blockchain developer. As a blockchain developer, you'll be in high demand, definitely, and then you also have the ability to create secure and secure, transparent digital ledgers. All right, then of course, why not? You can also link up to be a full stack software developer. Like what we've been saying all along, adaptability is the guarantee of full stack developers. They possess expertise in front end and back end development. Full stack developers are valuable assets to organizations, earning top salaries for their comprehensive skill sets. So then, now the final thing I want to talk about here is the ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning Consultant. As a full stack software developer, you can also be an ERP consultant. All right. Now, what you need to know is that organizations very frequently rely on ERP systems to streamline processes, and ERP consultants play a pivotal role in implementing and optimizing these solutions, SAP or Oracle. All right. 2024 is already running. Invest in yourself. Now, I discovered that a lot of people in Nigeria, especially Lagos, they want to become full stack software developers, but they have issues with either having a budget to learn or committing resource. You need resources. We're only charging a very small fee for this service, to give you this service within 3 months, and it's on a weekend. The remaining 2 days will be online. So if you are determining to join to learn full stack, at least you need a minimum of 3 months. Every weekend, 6 hours. All right, we'll be coding. I'll be giving the locations then on the WhatsApp platform, of course, yes, which I'm going to include alongside with this video, so you can join and know when we'll be meeting every weekend. The location will be meeting every weekend in Lagos. All right, so if you're determined, if you're a young person or whatever age you are, if you're determined to actually change your career or improve your skills, this opportunity is for you. Do not let 2024 pass you by. Invest in yourself and reap the benefits, return on investment of improving yourself for life, not just for school.
Audio Jungle. 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 Audio Jungle.